Pokemon truly is in a league of its own. There are few games that firmly support animal slavery and forced animal fighting, yet can still withstand the test of time. You could change the name to Michael Vick Simulator and not change the games at all. Sorry, that was a sports joke. I'm not sure how that got in there. Pokemon is a game about exploring an unknown world, traveling through different terrain and forcing your Pokemon to the brink of death, which has been kindly labeled as fainting. It's a scary world out there, and you're just one stupid kid with an out-of-fashion hat. How will you know where to go? How will you know what to catch? How will you become a Pokemon master? What you really need is a step-by-step guide on how to Pokemans correctly. So you've come to the right place. Let's get started. Pokemon games are supposed to be as immersive as possible, meaning you get to choose your own name. You can be lame and choose your actual name, or you can seize this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for original creation. Feel the freedom flow through your fingertips. Let your soul bear your true name onto the screen. Alright, Fart Snuggler it is! As Fart Snuggler, you're the silent but deadly kid who's ready to become the Pokemon champion. Only one thing is missing. You, have no Pokemon. So, let's fix that. Walk downstairs and ignore your mom. You know she's cheated on your dad, which is why he's never home. Find the creepy guy in the white coat with the tree name. He'll be so delusional in his old age that he'll happily hand over a Pokemon free of charge. You have a choice between 3 slaves, and the correct choice is always the fire one. If you pick either the plant or water type, the game registers your stupidity and automatically makes the playthrough easier. So, don't be an idiot. Once you have your Pokemon in hand, you'll immediately be challenged by this spiky-haired individual who will name Too Much Hair Gel Guy, which is too many characters, but it's accurate. Regardless, quickly pwn this water worshipper with your flames. Success will take you one step closer to being a legendary Pokemon trainer. Failure doesn't really hurt you at all. After the battle, your adversary will make sure to smell you later, but joke's on him. You're Fart Snuggler. Your Pokemon, aka Satan Jr., aka the Fuego Lizard, starts at level 5, which means rats and pigeons can compete against your Pokemon, so it's time to level them up. Immediately search for grass or caves, or basically anything that isn't concrete, and you'll undoubtedly find a Pokemon. Kill it. Kill them all! Kill over and over again until you actually feel your soul rip from your heart and escape your traumatized preteen brain. Yes, Fart Snuggler, become the Pokemon serial killer you were born to be. As your soul begins to crack and break, so do the Pokemon that get in your way. Your Pokemon will feed on that negative energy just like a demon would. Told you the fire one is the best, cause he's a vassal of Satan. As your Baphomet reincarnate feasts on your withering soul by harming the Pokemans around you, it will slowly become stronger and learn better, more deadly skills. However, this isn't the most efficient way to level up your Fuego Lizard / embodiment of the devil. You see, draining the goodness within you only provides so much energy, and eventually your soul will be so broken beyond all repair that your little Lucifer won't be able to suck any more energy from you by means of Pokegenocide. If you're still a little confused by the soul metaphor, let me break it down. You see, by draining opposing Pokemon of their HP, your XP goes up. I always imagine this as a life force being sucked from one creature to another. Of course, you become a sort of soul-sucking vampire by doing this, but you can't win without stepping on some toes, huh? And while this certainly increases the strength of your own soul, it also turns it dark and probably sticky or something gross like that. You can't expect to commit genocide and not have it affect the deepest fiber of your being. You can't! Anyways, when you find yourself losing too often, when you at last feel that numbing, incapable of emotion experience of getting your soul drained, it's time to find other souls to blood sacrifice to your undead monster. This is where the other Pokemon trainers come into play. This is the most efficient way to level up your Pokemon. The more trainers you defeat, the more evil and strong your Pokemon will become. This rise in strength will allow you to take on the most vile of trainers in the Pokemon world, who are known as gym leaders. Of course, by facing gym leaders, you are putting yourself at risk of losing a Pokemon battle. If this happens, the gym leader's Pokemon will completely drain your soul, making you black out. When you wake up, you'll find yourself in a hospital and realize that the gym leader stole a bunch of your money before calling an ambulance. However, don't fret. You have unlimited opportunities to defeat a gym leader, so continue going back over and over until you finally obliterate their Pokemon and your fire type consumes them. Congratulations! You've defeated your first gym leader. Let their power course through your body. With their power now inside you, you're able to command monsters at a higher level. But your journey on this dark path to become a Pokemon master has only just begun. You see, you've collected one gym leader's soul. However, you need at least 8 to be strong enough to face off against the most heinous Pokemon trainers of the bunch, the Elite Four. So let's get cracking. While your fire-type Pokemon is decently strong now, you'll never be able to succeed with just one Pokemon. Luckily, you're able to carry up to 6 Angels of Death at once. So while you're out in the wild killing Pokemon, if you happen across a particularly strong or rare one, bring it to the edge of death, and then capture it in a tiny ball of technology. This breaks the Pokemon's will, making it obey you with without question. Unless, of course, the Pokemon is too high level compared to how many gym badges you have. Then it will consider you a weak, doughy man-child incapable of crushing your opponents into dust. So naturally it won't listen to you. But regardless, your team of collectible Pokepals has increased by 1! Despite starting with a lethal fire type, there are many other types of Pokemon to bend to your will. Water, grass, psychic, ghost, there's so many others you can bring to your submission with a battle for their soul. Of course, as you find stronger and stronger Pokemon, you'll have no use for your older, weaker disciples. Simply insert them into the PC and banish them to a lifetime of boredom and loneliness. And in case you're worried about an uprising, don't be. They can't get out. So catch as many Pokemon as you want without any care in the world for their day-to-day lives. Progress through the game catching Pokemon, fighting other trainers, and beating gym leaders. Once you've defeated 8 gym leaders and gotten their badges and soul power, you can prove your sinful past to the Indigo Plateau people and start your journey down Victory Road. At this point, you should have a full team of 6 evildoers, and you yourself should not be able to feel any emotion at all due to the number of Pokemon you're responsible for killing. The game may say that the Pokemon fainted, but if you got beaten to within an inch of your life and left alone in the wild, I'm pretty sure you'd die eventually. In agony, no less. And I know, the game of sucking trainers dry and leaving a trail of Poke carcasses in your wake has grown boring. So now's your chance to catch some legendary Pokemon. They're like cheat codes, except not. You shouldn't be able to use them because they're too powerful, but hey, some people just can't beat the game otherwise. Capture these magnificent legendary creatures and force them into submission. Or don't, it's your call really. Fast forward a bit, and now that you've made it through Victory Road, it's time to take on the Elite Four. But before you do, stock up on about 100 max potions and 100 max revives. You see, throughout your travels, you've stolen money from every person you've ever beaten. If you turn out to be poor at this point in the game, then write yourself off as a Poke failure and buy a max repel to keep others away so they'll never know your shame. Realistically speaking though, you probably aren't poor. With all your money, you could buy a mansion or a private island, but as a Pokemon trainer, you should probably just spend it on healthcare for your monsters. You see, while there is universal healthcare for Pokemon in the form of Pokemon centers, in between centers or during battle, you'll have to rely on your own medicine if you want your Demonmons to heal properly. It's not the best system in the world, but it's still better than the healthcare we get IRL. Stock up so you can't lose no matter what happens, and then go to challenge the Elite Four. First up is Lorelli, whose signature move is the Cold Shoulder. But don't let that stop you from hitting on her. Tell her you can feel some electricity between you two, and her icy glare doesn't stand a chance. See, it's a metaphor, because you should use electric types against her water/ice types. Once you've had your way with the Ice Queen, she'll warm up a little and let you into the next room. Here you'll find out what it means to skip leg day. Bruno may seem like the big man on campus, but he has one specific flaw. He's always rock hard. The dude has an addiction to working out, and his Pokemon are no different. Just give them a nice soak and they'll soften up in no time. There's a reason men don't like being naked after being in the pool. It's called shrinkage, people, and his Pokemon are no exception. Once you've turned Bruno's rock into a pebble, he'll let you progress to the next trainer, Agatha. Her Pokemon are ghosts, and she probably is too, given how old she is, so just walk right through her and on to the next room. Here you'll meet Lance the Dragon Master. He's a nerd who never quite grew up, and no matter how many times his mom tried, she couldn't get him to take off that cape. His dragons are derpy, just like him, so if you teach them how to be cool, you'll have no trouble beating them. See, again, it's a metaphor because ice moves are good against dragons. My mom thinks I'm clever. After Lance, you'll finally get to face Too Much Hair Gel Guy, the fart sniffer from way earlier. I guess his soul became black and tarry faster than yours, so now you have to beat him to become a Pokemon Master. Luckily for you, you've faced him like 3 times already and know almost exactly what Pokemon he's going to have. So clean his clock for the ultimate goal, making his grandfather disappointed in him. Laugh in his face as you usurp the Pokemon throne from this imposter of a Pokemon Master. Congratulations! You've beat the game. You've completely destroyed your mind and soul, killed countless innocent creatures, and had your slaves drain the souls from countless other trainers. You've basically become the devil himself, wreathed in flame and full of anger, with your only goal being ultimate power. You've thrived on other people's losses, and it's brought you all the way to your life's mission: to make Too Much Hair Gel Guy implode. Was it worth it? Breaking your soul and stealing others and corrupting innocent creatures for your own selfish gain? Was it worth it becoming numb and unfeeling, becoming an animal serial killer? Was it worth all that to destroy Too Much Hair Gel Guy's hopes and dreams in front of his own grandfather? Yes it was. And that's how you play Pokemon! Woo! You really never know where these 4 dummy scripts are going to end up. It's always a surprise, isn't it? If you enjoyed this or any of our other content, maybe support us on Patreon while YouTube is going through this ad crisis. It helps us a lot, and you get some cool perks. Of course, if you can't support us or don't don't want to, that's totally fine. It's there for those lovely peeps who are interested. This is the second 4 Dummies we've done now, and we're looking for more advice on what you think of the series. Again, we know people know how to play Pokemon, but it's incredibly fun to make an innocent game and look at it in a completely different way. I'd really like to make more of them, and I know a lot of people asked for Sonic 2, but what other franchises would you like me to take a whack at? Let me know in the comments below. Also, I love Pokemon. Don't think I hate it. This is just where my mind went while writing, and I ran with it. That's it for today. I'll be back in a few with another video. Later, everyone.